Let's start with that buyback. $1.5 billion, a plan to return at least $5 billion to investors by 2026. Is there a chance you could go beyond that target now that you've got results like these?
Yeah, we set a 3-year target of in excess of $5 billion. We've done $2.7 billion in the first year so far. So, yeah, if we continue to perform well, what we said to shareholders is we've got a strategy. We're pursuing the strategy. It's working quite well. Earnings are strong. We're managing our capital very, very directly and I'd say quite actively. And that's allowed us to return any surplus to shareholders. And we said, especially given where our stock price is, which is not as high as we think it should be, we will buy back as many shares as we can with surplus capital. That's what we're doing. If we keep on performing, of course, we can keep on buying back shares.
Yeah, I think earlier in the year you described the stock price performance as, and I quote, crap. So you're still not happy with it?
No, of course not. It's less crap than it was, but it's we have a long way to go. And yeah, of course, we have to ask the question why. It certainly isn't that we're not performing well. So the performance is we can do better. I will always recognize that we can do better, and we are doing better. Yeah, I think we're operating in a somewhat difficult environment, and I think we need to be clear about just how differentiated Standard Chartered is. And yeah, at the end of the day, we serve multinational corporations on their cross-border needs, and we serve affluent individuals. We do that extremely well. We got a fully scaled and quite a substantial position across Asia, Middle East, and Africa, but also with multinational corporations coming out of the Americas and Europe. That's what we do. We're doing it well. It's generating good returns. We keep on going. So
do you have potentially a new target figure for the buyback target?
We haven't revised our target. We just set the $5 billion target in February. I mean, we're not going to fine-tune this thing every 3-6 months. What we said was we'll do in excess of $5 billion, and we're on track to achieve that. And as I said, we'll keep on going if we can generate the strong performance.
Okay. I want to ask how your Fit for Growth plan's going. So this is your plan to cut costs by $1.5 billion over the next 3 years. Yeah. Are you seeing much wage inflation, for example?
We have. We obviously had a big spike in wage inflation last year. This year is much more subdued, and that obviously is getting back down to normal. The Fit for Growth really is a transformation program. So we've had cost-cutting programs pretty much my whole time at Standard Chartered, and we'll continue to get more efficient. We're trying to do this one a bit different, though, which is actually quite a bit differently, which is to look at every single one of our processes and say, how do we simplify this? How do we replace manual processes with digital processes, automation, simplification, et cetera? How do we make it an easier place to get things done for ourselves, for our colleagues, for clients? That requires investment. So in addition to saving $1.5 billion a year, we said we're going to spend $1.5 billion up front to achieve that. Everything is on track. We've got over 200 initiatives that we're pursuing. Each one is quite small. I mean, these aren't like big marquee projects, but collectively it makes a big difference.